Tonight, we begin with a deeply tragic story that has shocked communities in Illinois, reached across the nation, and left one family facing the unthinkable. Former Illinois State Senator and 2022 Republican gubernatorial candidate Darren Bailey is mourning a devastating loss. A helicopter crash in Montana has claimed the lives of his son, his daughter-in-law, and two of his young grandchildren. What was meant to be a family moment in the quiet evening skies turned in an instant into heartbreak. And tonight, friends, supporters, and elected officials across the country are offering their condolences while the Bailey family asks for privacy as they grieve. This is a developing story, and authorities continue to investigate what happened. In this report, we will walk through what is known so far, share the public statements released by the family and campaign, and provide context on who Darren Bailey is and why this tragedy has captured national attention. We will approach every detail with respect, care, and clarity. The crash occurred Wednesday evening in Montana. According to the Bailey campaign, a helicopter carrying 4 members of the Bailey family went down, killing all aboard. Darren and his wife, Cindy, later confirmed that their son, Zachary Bailey, his wife, Kelsey, and their 2 children minus 12-year-old Vada Rose and 7-year-old Samuel died in the crash. Their 10-year-old grandson, Finn, was not on the helicopter and is safe. In a written statement. The family described their grief as unimaginable. They said they are relying on their faith, on prayer, and on the support of loved ones as they face the days ahead. The Baileys also asked for privacy, a reminder that beyond politics, beyond headlines, this is first and foremost a family in mourning. At this hour, federal and local authorities in Montana are working to piece together the events that led to the crash. Few investigative details have been made public. What is confirmed, however, is that 4 lives were lost, lives connected not only by blood, but by community, church, and friendships built over many years in Illinois. Shortly after confirming the loss, the Bailey campaign released a formal statement on behalf of Darren and Cindy Bailey. It reads, quote, "Darren and Cindy are heartbroken by this unimaginable loss. They are finding comfort in their faith, their family, and the prayers of so many who love and care for them. The Baileys deeply appreciate the kindness and support they have received and ask for privacy as they grieve and hold their loved ones close during this difficult time." The statement then names the victims: Zachary and Kelsey Bailey, their daughter, Vada Rose, age 12, their son, Samuel, age 7. It concludes by reaffirming a request for space, peace, and prayer. This tone, humble, quiet, and rooted in faith, mirrors how Darren Bailey has often spoken about family throughout his political life. For supporters, that makes the loss feel especially close. And for those who didn't know the family personally, the story still resonates because it reminds us of something universal, how sudden life can change, and how fragile family moments can be as news spread. Messages of sympathy began pouring in from across the political spectrum. Community members from Southern Illinois, church friends, former legislative colleagues, and public officials, including people who ran against Bailey or disagreed with him politically, publicly offered condolences. In a moment like this, differences recede. The tone has been consistent: heartbreak, sympathy, and a shared recognition that no family should have to endure a loss of this magnitude. Public figures who commented emphasized that politics can wait, grief comes first. For viewers unfamiliar with Darren Bailey, here's brief context. Darren Bailey is a former businessman and former state legislator from downstate Illinois. He served in the Illinois House of Representatives from 2019 to 2021, and later in the Illinois State Senate from 2021 to 2023. representing the 55th District. In 2022, he became the Republican nominee for governor, running against incumbent Democrat J.B. Pritzker in a high-profile race that drew national attention. Bailey lost that election but retained a loyal grassroots following. Just last month, Bailey launched a new campaign for governor, signaling that he intended to continue his role in Illinois politics. But tonight, politics is not the story. Family is. Bailey has often centered his political identity around faith, community, and family values. And now, supporters say those same values will be what sustains him through the darkest chapter of his life. The helicopter went down in rural Montana. The National Transportation Safety Board, along with local authorities, is now responsible for determining the cause. It is not uncommon for aviation crash investigations to take weeks or months before conclusions are released. At this stage, officials have not publicly identified mechanical issues, weather conditions, or flight errors. As a result, responsible reporting requires restraint. No speculation, only verified information. We can report that helicopter accidents, while less frequent than automobile crashes, are often more severe when they occur. Aviation experts note that terrain, visibility, and equipment condition are among the most common investigative focal points. What matters most tonight, however, is that 4 lives have been lost and a family is broken by grief. The Baileys confirmed that their 10-year-old grandson Finn was not on the helicopter. The statement did not provide additional context, and out of respect for a child survivor, we will not speculate on details or circumstances. It is enough to say that a young boy now faces life without his parents, brother, or sister. He will need support, love, and time, and the family has asked the public to honor his privacy. In small towns across Illinois, tragedies like this do not feel distant, they feel personal. In communities like the ones Darren Bailey has represented, families grow up together, worship together, work together, and support one another through hardship. Tonight, many of those communities are grieving alongside the Baileys. Churches have organized prayer gatherings. Supporters have left notes, flowers, and messages. Local residents say that, regardless of politics, the Bailey family has been rooted in service, and many feel compelled to support them now in return. The Bailey statement referenced faith multiple times, a reflection of how central it is to their identity. For many families who endure sudden tragedy, faith can serve as foundation, comfort, and guiding light. For others, it raises questions rather than answers, but one theme is universal. Loss of children is the deepest grief a parent can experience. When that loss spans generations, the weight is almost indescribable. Tonight, viewers across the country can likely relate on a human level, even if they never heard Darren Bailey's name before this moment. This is, at its core, a story about family, fragility, and heartbreak. This story will continue to unfold as investigators provide updates. We expect additional briefings from Montana authorities and possibly from federal officials in the days ahead. For now, there are far more questions than answers. What caused the crash? Were weather or equipment factors? What was the flight path and destination? How quickly did first responders arrive? These are all questions investigators will address in time. But tonight, the priority is compassion, not conclusions. As we continue to follow this story, we offer our thoughts to the Bailey family and to all who have been affected by this tragedy. Moments like this remind us that life can change in an instant and that families, not headlines, are at the center of every story. This has been American Bulletin. We will provide updates as more information becomes available. Thank you for watching, and may the families impacted find strength and peace in the days ahead.